Today on Rappler. Before the campaign period, TV and radio ads of 2025 candidates exceed 10 billion pesos before discounts. Vic Rodriguez go guns a-blazing against his former boss, President Marcos. A survey shows Filipinos had the highest level of affinity for Japan. Ukraine and its European allies are alarmed by the prospect of a Trump-Putin dirty deal. And Filipino curling athletes make history by winning the Philippines' first ever medal in the Asian Winter Games. Before the campaign period, TV and radio ads of 2025 candidates exceed 10 billion pesos before discounts. Only 4 senatorial candidates accounted for 60% of the total amount. Daughter of the country's richest man, Las Piñas Representative Camille Villar, outspent all her rivals, airing ads worth 2.1 billion pesos before discounts. Villar was followed by presidential sister, re-election Senator Amy Marcos, with 1.9 billion pesos worth of ads. Makati Mayor Abigail Binay also aired ads worth 1.29 billion pesos. Re-election Senator Francis Tolentino aired ads worth 1 billion pesos. TV accounts for most of the ad spending, 9.3 billion pesos before discounts. In the month of December alone, TV ad spending amounted to over 3.37 billion pesos before discounts. Radio accounts for almost 1 billion pesos of the total amount before discounts. Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism or PCIJ obtained the data from Nielsen Ad Intel. Chair of the National Citizens Movement for Free Elections or NAMFRA, Lito Averia Jr. asks, what is the ROI or return of investment? Averia notes heavy ad spending is not illegal, but is it moral? Vic Rodriguez, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s first and short-lived executive secretary, comes guns a-blazing during the Rodrigo Duterte 2025 Slate Proclamation rally on Thursday, February 13.
Sinasalaula tayo ng administrasyon ni Bongbong Marcos. Labanan natin ang mga mambubudol!
His campaign speech lasted over 16 minutes where he blasted the Marcos administration over a wide range of issues, from alleged anomalies in the 2025 budget to corruption through dole-out programs.
Saan ka nakakita nagpapasa ng 6.352 trillion pesos panay blanco ang Bicameral Conference Committee report?
Rodriguez also defends the Dutertes, claiming it was impossible for over 215 legislators to find the time to read and properly understand the impeachment charges against Vice President Sara Duterte. The former Marcos spokesperson also takes a swipe at the qualifications of other candidates and their slate endorsers.
May diploma ho ako at nakapagtapos ako ng kolehiyo. Meron akong certificate na nagpapatunay na ako ay isang ganap na abogado.
According to the latest January 2025 Pulse Asia survey, Rodriguez ranks 25 to 29, very far from the winning circle. A recent survey in 13 countries and 1 territory by On Consulting Company Limited shows that Filipinos, along with Indonesians, had the highest level of affinity or favorable impression for Japan. From hating the Japanese for the killings and hardships during World War II, Filipinos have come to love their former colonizer. Among the 107 Filipinos surveyed, none say they hate Japan, with all of them saying either I love it or I like it. Filipinos had the highest I love it response rate at 77.7%, while 22.9% said they like it. Japan's role as the Philippines' top official development assistance or ODA donor appears to have been a key factor in the change of heart in the past half a century. The study highlights that Japan's support for Philippine infrastructure and its role as one of the major trading partners contribute to the high favorability. In 2024, the number of Filipino visitors to Japan reached a record 818,700, marking a 31.6% increase from 622,293 in 2023. The same On Consulting study also shows that Indonesians and Filipinos, over 60% of whom had never visited Japan, were the most willing to travel there. Kyiv and its European allies are alarmed by the prospect of a, quote, dirty deal after a call between US President Donald Trump and Russia's Vladimir Putin. Ukraine and the allies also demand that they be included in any peace negotiations. In the call, Trump said Ukraine could neither regain all of its territory nor join NATO, and that no US troops would join a security force in Ukraine to enforce a ceasefire. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says, quote, "We as a sovereign country simply will not be able to accept any agreements without us." He says Putin intended to make the negotiations bilateral with the United States, emphasizing that this should not be allowed. European officials also take a strong public stance against Trump's peace proposal. European Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas says any quick fix will be a dirty deal and strongly criticizes the apparent concessions made in advance. Filipino curlers Mark Pfister, Christian Halier, Enrico Pfister, Alan Frey, and Benjo de la Armente made history by winning the Philippines' first ever medal in the Asian Winter Games. The quintet captures gold in the men's team competition with a 5-3 win over South Korea at the finals at the Harbin Pingfang Curling Arena in China on Friday, February 14. The Philippines secured the win with strong performances in the final two ends, preventing Korea from forcing an extra round. Curling is an Olympic and Paralympic ice sport where two teams take turns to slide stones towards a target, known as a house. This marks the first time the Philippines, a tropical country, won a medal in the Continental Winter Sports Competition since its debut at the 1990 Sapporo edition. Coached by Jessica Pfister, the Philippines went 4-1 in the group stage, defeated Japan in the qualification round, and survived a tough semifinal against host China. And that's today's wrap. I'm Michelle Abad. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.